Hello, I'm Tom Sullivan, and this is my wife, Patty. A year ago, America lost its golden girl. Betty White was a comedy icon. For over 75 years, she came into our homes and into our hearts, bringing us unforgettable characters delivered with her exquisite comedy timing. Who could ever forget that beautiful smile? Or how about those sparkling eyes that gave you the impression that just behind them there was a devilish little thought that just had to get out, and usually it did, and then there were those dimples. Well, that was the public Betty White. But for the Sullivans, most particularly my wife Patty, Betty was so much more. And now Patty has brought together all of her memories in a beautiful new book, Betty White's Pearls of Wisdom, Life Lessons from a Beloved American Treasure. You really did it, you know. I mean, it's incredible that you did this. What was the motivation after 55 years of knowing Betty to write this book?
The motivation was actually our beautiful, beautiful times with her. And this book started actually as a personal journal. I was writing things on a daily basis, particularly in the last 7 years, because I don't want to forget one single thing about Betty that is so vivid in my memory. And the Betty that you and I knew and our children knew was so special and close to us. She had her audience, but she had her Sullivans as her family. And we were so blessed to know Betty through and through for you and me over 55 years. And we're together because of her.
I was thinking about whether there was a moment when I knew you could do this. And I think it was when you wrote a letter to Betty on your 70th birthday that really did, in many ways, sum up everything that you felt about this astounding, marvelous family member of ours. Would you mind reading this to some of the folks?
I would love to read it. Dearest Betty, special mother and mentor, you mean more to me than you can possibly imagine. From the time we first met back in 1968, when you and Alan, so in love and aglow with each other, came in to see Tom perform, I had a sixth sense that we might be in each other's lives for a long time. And then, through the years, the gift of Dinah and your adoption of her when a career change was necessary really sealed the deal. She gave both the Sullivans and the Golden Girl love, commitment, and the best of who she was, forever bonding us as a family. You have taught me so many lessons over the course of my life just by being you. Whenever I say the word appreciation or taste every minute, I hear your voice saying it. From Tess through you to me, who says life doesn't continue. Thank you for sharing so much with me, most particularly the intimacy of your special Carmel home. From the breathtaking drives, observing the surf and its color changes, to counting turkey hawks. From the rows of grapevines to the shadows of the oak trees, to the cows and horse farms that cover the hillsides of the Central Coast, I always look forward to sharing your excitement and the little girl, Betty White, that comes out in those moments. Whether it's sitting over our highly competitive Scrabble games or just watching the sky change at sunset from your sofa, you have allowed me to feel so close to you, and that gift has touched me beyond. In so many ways, I have a mother-daughter relationship with you that I didn't have with my birth mother, and for that I am deeply grateful. Thank you for your brilliance, your sense of adventure, and your interest in everything. Thank you for sharing your keen observations from watching the unique colors of the breaking waves on Carmel Beach to understanding that a miniature Maltese has feelings she is trying to express if we just listen. Thank you for sharing your experiences packing into the high Sierras on horses with Tess and Horace, and the lessons of observing the wilderness. Thank you for sharing your professional career. So many delicious stories from Password days to Hot in Cleveland. Thank you for sharing your commitments to Morris Animal Foundation, the Los Angeles Zoo, and most particularly the Monterey Bay Aquarium and the Sea Otter Rescue Program. By sharing your roads, you have enhanced and expanded mine, challenging me to keep growing. As I celebrate my 7th decade, I'm sure you're thinking, been there, done that. But because you have inspired me to do more and be more. And that is a gift. There are no words with which I can express my gratitude. I love you with all my heart. Patty.
You couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. We'll be back next week taking you inside what it meant to love and care for a golden girl.